Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ramil Ahmed Fayaz. Today I will be presenting about the startups in the Pakistan. This presentation would be includes the introduction about startups. What are the startups? Who start them? What are the statistics and what are the growth rate of the startups? And what are the factors on which the startups are dependent on institutes on which are involved in making the policies? What are the impact of their policies and also the business impact? Uh, the involves the businesses which are being run in Pakistan have impacted through these policies. So we shall start from the introduction. According to Elon Musk, he says that the things are if things are getting failed, it's because of not innovating and because they are not innovative enough. So every successful entrepreneur should recognize the value of the viewpoint. It means that the entrepreneur should focus or make a clear concept related to his product, that the thing which he is going to sell in the market, is it fulfilling the demand of of the customer, or he has marketed well, or the people know clearly about what this the product or service is would be doing would what would be the characteristics of that product or service. Basically, in Pakistan, there is a lack of a culture of failure tolerance. Many entrepreneurs felt demotivated due to the environment around in the market, due to the few factors through which the business is being get failed. So most people do not get tolerate it and get depressed, through which the fundamental precautions are established and mature startup and the environment has lead to an entrepreneurial success. Pakistan, in recent years, from 2019, we can say it was a point through which a huge number of startups has been started in 2019, which has begun an attractive venture money from last 2 years. Both international and the domestic fundings is also looking for the entrepreneurs who can use digital technology to disrupt established industries. The key stats of the startups. In the first half of 2021, Pakistan startup business rolled out almost 120 million across 35 unique deals. These deals were above $1 million, which help in increasing the foreign investment in Pakistan through foreign investment through different investment companies locally and international. This amount is nearly double the $66 million record in the entire year of 2020, when in 2019 it was 66 million, and in 2020 it has been doubled. When the transactions for there were 48 transactions were recorded. In e-commerce sector, the dominated activities bringing in more than 42 million dollars over 19 acquisitions in the first half of this year, and surpassing in 11.2 million dollars reported in all of the 2020. As you can see in this table, the most funded startups. There are almost five companies have been listed. The one is Jabberwock Ventures, which provide belongs to the transportation and logistics sector, have earned has been funding the highest amount. It is 20,000 100,000 $200,000. And Tajir, it is an e-commerce business, it was also earning $170,000 in educative in an ED tech belong to an ED tech sector, which was also funding 120,000. And the Y is an website which was related to the health tech, was earning $8,500 $100,000. And Sadape is fine tech, which also funding $7,200,000. As you can see in the graph, that the fundings and the total deals in all over the year starting from 2020 to 2021. There were, in starting of 2020, there was 9 deals, and the funding was at 4.95 million. And at last of 2021, there were 19 deals, and the funding was 77.62 million. The first half of the 2021 was total investment in the country ecosystem across 120, as I've told you, that it was 120 million across through the 35 unique deals. Moreover, the growth of the startups. According to the Global Startup Ecosystem Index 2021, the Pakistan has improved 7 spots and reached to 75th place in all over the world, and second in the South Asia. Moving forward to the cities of the Pakistan, Lahore is a populous city and rose by 14 places and reached to 257th place overall and 4th in the South Asia. Karachi at the second, which dropped 7 points to 86th overall and 8th position in South Asia. Islamabad was at third, and it jumped 122 ranks to 437th in the world and 15th in the South Asia, putting among the top 500 cities worldwide. The Rawalpindi was at the 4th nationally and struck at 21st place to 956. And Faisalabad was ranked 5th nationally and scored 38 places and 2 places to 960th place. According to the venture market report, the Pakistan has got 97% increase in the venture capital funding in 2020. Furthermore, the Pakistan also has 41 startups up from 32 with a total investment value of $65.7 million, up from 47.5 million. From the last 2 years, the logistic and transport domains were shifted the curve of investment to the right side. As I have showed in the table that the highest funded business was the logistics and transport. Moving forward, apart from Jabber Folk Venture, the parent company of Cheetah and Swifty raised $20 million, and Tajar raised 17 million in Series A, and Bazaar Retail, Tajar Sales Flow, and Dastagir has raised a total of 6.2 million in 2020, showing a nearly 6-fold increase in less than a year. In terms of founder demographics, there has been much of the shift since about 97% of the total funding followed by the male founded businesses across 27 agreements, and only 2 companies which were wholly run by the women, while 6 of the companies had women and as co-founders. Similar, and 86% of money went to the company with at least of 1 foreign education founder. This graph, you can see over here, the male lead was with 26, and the female were at lead lead with 2, and the foreign education divided by were 85.81 million, and the local education was 13.61 million. Moving forward, there were the 11 deals and 40 which were have the funding of $42 million in e-commerce become the hottest sector, both value and as well as the volume wise. As you can see in the bar graph, in 2020, it was at accumulative fundraising by the Fab Five of B2B e-commerce. There was 6.2 million, and in the first half of 2021, it rise to 36.6 million. And an e-commerce sector in B2B were at B2B were 87.14% and B2C were 12.86%. In these, all include the companies are included companies have been written in the table like Tajer, Bazaar, Retrol, and much more. The key factors in which the startups are dependent are the right market for a product. While starting in selling the product or marketing it, we should analyze the product. Are we going to the product we are going to launch is going to be launched in a right market or not? Suppose we say that in Pakistan there is there are population. The population involves the mediocre families more. If Rolls-Royce want to start his production in Pakistan, would it be feasible for the company? Or the Mercedes want to start the production over here in Pakistan, would it be visible for the company? No, because it is the Mercedes or Rolls-Royce is not good are not the right product for our market, because in our economy population we have most amount of mediocres rather than the elite and upper elite class. Moving further, the point comes the cash crunches that mostly businesses face, that they have lack of investment. If the businesses start comes in a circle, but unfortunately due to the less survival amount or the capital cash in hand, the business has to be stopped because of less capital. So these problems they have to face. Further, the right team and the or management. The right people in a team or in a management is a big asset for a company, because those people would be thinking purely or making decisions by analyzing and the whole situations and providing best advices to the company, and which help help the company to lead in the market. Further, it's a viable business model. The business model on which you are going to start the business should be an accurate, perfect. That in the things in suppose, for example, that we can say that the person who is specialized in certain work couldn't do he wouldn't be an all-rounder, and he couldn't do the all tasks properly. So specified person should do his specified job, and which could increase uh, the quality of the work, and as well as reduce the time wastage. So next point would be the fine product. Basically, you have seen that in market the poor quality product do not stand in the market because of the competition around the market, or due to the customer reviews or customer response at that product. Basically, if the company is providing low quality product, they are harming themselves, not the customer, because the customer would be only purchasing that product once, and he would never would come to that company again because of the bad experience. Moving forward, the good marketing is also a main point which should be focused by the company, that only not only the product itself, market itself, the company also have to market it in the to the people, because the new product which the people wouldn't be knowing, it should be told that about told to the people due to different marketing strategies which would attract the customer, and the company could eventually start earning. Legal challenges that which would be faced by the company through would be that the registration related stuff, or the taxation issues the company would be facing. So it should be before starting it, a company should clearly analyze the legal challenges and then take steps. The second last point would be the passionate and focused. By time to time, gradually, the entrepreneurs get less passionate and less focused because of the response or the feedback from the from the market. The entrepreneur should be mentally prepared that if he launches his product in the market, he wouldn't get the response immediately. It would take time, and slowly it would be came in the words of the customer, and the sales would be increased. Because of the less passionate or less focused, the entrepreneur get demotivated or disheartened, and eventually his focus on the business reduces, and he at a certain point he loses his money in the market, and he or she faces the loss. At last, the entrepreneur shouldn't be overconfident or arrogant. The entrepreneur should be confident, but don't be overconfident. Don't be underestimate the other points which you haven't focused, or you haven't searched. Take the advice from the experts of the company and the management you have selected for the company, and analyze the all situation, all points, and then take the decisions, and make the plans according to that. Moving forward, the performance of the overall market is that business startups activity in Pakistan increased dramatically from 2012 and till 2019. Only two big incubators existed in 2012, and with no prominent funding sources or investors. In 2019, there were 24 major incubators and accelerators, 20 formal investors and funding across, and 80 co-worker space opened in 2019, I have told. And along with that, there was a national incubator center is also established. This all started from the startup culture of entrepreneurship emerged when there was 3G and 4G licensing granted in 2014, which provided which have increased the build up the infrastructure of the overall country for communication and for dealing internationally. Pakistan also presently has over 800 startups, the most of which were based in Lahore and Karachi. Between 2015 and 2019, 82 companies raised over 160 million in total of 101 deals, according to the report. And the foreign investor interest in Pakistani startup market, it also increased from 2018 and 19. Infrastructure and legislative measures have both aided this expansion, because due to the and the relief or friendly rules and regulations which has been provided by the government, provide a friendly environment by the government, attracts the investor and as well as the multinational companies to work in our country, and provide and secure and encourage to do and secure and healthy business. Moreover, that there were 88 unique institutional investors, and 65 of them were overseas and participated in the first half of 2021. The number of venture capital firms topped in the total account with 53 compared to the 10 for the corporates. Over here, you can see in a hierarchy which include the overall investors which came in the market. In the first half of 2021, there were 88 participation from unique institutional investors, and 65 were out of 88 were international investors, and four were of Fatma Gobi Ventures was the most active investors with 4 investments. There were then Syndicate 3 and others were 4, and incubator and accelerator were 6, and corporate 10, and investment firms were 4, and VC were 53. The big short investors were the Kellner Perkins and Global Founder Capital and Matrix Partners, which have further invested in Tajer and invested in Trakuten, Bazaar, and SafePay, and also invested in Educative. The following key institutes were the Punjab Information Technology Board, Ministry of Information Technology and Telecommunication, Pakistan Software and Export Boards, Security Exchange Communication of Pakistan, State Bank of Pakistan, and Federal Board of Revenue and Higher Education Commission. These all institutes are institutes related to the information provided, and we can say provided and play area for the businesses to come and make their place in the market. And due to these their policies and their infrastructure, the companies get developed their skills, and international investors has been attracted. The effects of the institutional policies are the taxation, regulation policies, and research and development in the developing the skills. The legislations make obtaining in licenses too difficult right now, and the fundraising becomes more difficult as there is a risk of perception of Pakistan in the international community. Taxation is also disruptedly between provinces as a result of federal and provisional levels. Each province has its own revenue authorities, which is in charge of collecting sale taxes and other provisional responsibilities. And although the latest federal tax exemption for the tech firms is only valid in United States, and many people mistook it for a blanket exceptions. These exceptions implies that the startups are in various provinces pay a variety of additional taxes. Moreover, the research and development in the developing the skills of the upcoming entrepreneurs are done by the Pakistan Information Technology Bureau, and HEC has also working for providing an infrastructure for the young entrepreneurs to build their skills and to do the proper market research while coming in the company in the market by making national incubator centers and providing the courses through which they can build themselves and compete the international market. The business impact. Due to these policies and these policies and further the situation around the world, we can say or the feasibility facilities the Pakistan has provided in these years were facilities, and also at the upgradation of the infrastructure, the betterment of the infrastructure by providing the 4G and 3G facilities. Moreover, that the exemption of the taxes, and the making incubator centers, and making an international relations better with their allies in internationally, have benefited the companies. For example, in the first round capital, which has and previously invested in firms such as Uber and Square, is heading a 12 million series, $12 million in Series A round in a Pakistani startup called Airlift, which is developing decentralized public transport. Keep tracking a provider of trucking fleet management solutions, secured 149 million in Series D and financing into April 2019, valuing the companies in at 1.25 billion. Cream, as you know, has also execution of the $3.1 billion by the Uber in March 2009 was the most exciting development. And Zameen.com, as a pioneer in the Pakistan startup, has raised $100 million in a Series D financing, and it now employs over 2,000 people and operates in the number of countries, including UAE, Morocco, Spain, and Romania, and Bangladesh. At last, I would conclude that in 2019 and 2020 was the golden period of for the Pakistan, in which the startups has been established and become successful. As I've told you before, that the startups related to the transport and logistics were the top startups which made deals more than millions of deals, million dollar deals. Pakistani startups in 2021 made almost 35 deals, which were almost more than $120 million. And at last, I would conclude that the Pakistan government should extend this golden period by developing the infrastructure and building the skills of the young entrepreneurs. The government should also provide the subsidies and extension, relaxation in the taxes, and moreover, moreover provide interest-free loans through which the startups could build themselves and shouldn't face cash crunches, and become stable and compete in the international market. That's all from my side. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.